Can you go 5 minutes without mentioning Gaston? Just like, are you physically capable of it, or does like your body start to shut down after 5 minutes without mentioning your husband? The modern era has truly led to a new creation of vastly new pantheons to cope with the ever-changing political, social, and cultural climate. And one of these most popular pantheons is that of Gaston, in which a monotheistic religion wherein the character of Gaston something something from Beauty and the Beast is a... I don't know. The random explosions are really throwing me off, I've got to be honest. He's only got one? Ah, of course, of course. What happened to the other one? So he just popped it out of his scrotum, and he just handed it to the little guy and went, nobody gives gifts like Gaston, something like Gaston. No one's ball is as easily replaceable as Gaston's. It's like an egg. He just tapped it on the side of the... I don't know the guy's name, but he tapped it on the side of his beer glass and cracked it open like an egg. He could do the one-handed egg crack, because, I mean, it's Gaston. Of course he can. He's gotta be all masculine and shit, or something, I don't know. I have never actually seen the original Beauty and the Beast. That is a true fact. I watched the live action once, but I've never seen the original. Yeah, he cracks them on his teeth and cracks it open. Each hand, you know, asymmetrically. Left hand's cracking it into his mouth whilst the right hand's reaching for an egg. Then right hand's cracking it into his mouth whilst the left one's reaching for an egg. Just back and forth like this. Raw eggs. That's how he, you know, he buffs up and becomes a man. Ooh. You know what? I'm feeling a bit adventurous today. Well, no, he's already seen those kitchens in Hell. That's the whole point of his TV show Hell's Kitchen. He gets killed temporarily each episode. You know, the old Stop the Heart for a bit, and he goes to hell and he checks out all those restaurants he could have helped, and he calls them all, you know, you're a fucking failure and a waste of time and space, and young man, kill yourself. And then they revive him and he comes back and he just tells the tales of them, and they do a reenactment, and that's what the Hell's Kitchen episodes are actually all about. Okay, this is time for some... Oh my god. Okay, this is time for some gaming. Yeah, but I didn't die, and that's what matters. I'm a skilled pro gamer because I didn't die. If I had died, then I would have been like a pathetic pile of shit. But because I didn't die, this changes the narrative retroactively to make me cool and awesome. Netherite! Oh, this is such a terrible way to play Minecraft. Yeah, you're not gonna do jack shit about me. Yeah, fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, there are two bushes? Well, there was George W. Bush. And then there was George W. Bush's bush. Why did I do that? Give me a fucking tree close by, please. Oh god, I'm going to shoot someone. Why are none of the trees near the fucking water? I would love some wood. Of the botanical kind. Solely of the botanical kind. It's not the morning, for me at least. So like, none of that, please. But I would love some wood. I'd love me a good, love just like a good old shaft of wood, please, man. Like if that's all good, I'd really love like a nice long bit of wood. It's always good to have some wood. Thanks, man. Real kind of ya. I just gotta say, you know, big fan of yours, and thanks for that wood. It was real titillating, real scintillating bits of wood. So my parents are both doctors, and my dad had a lecturer who, this was after my dad had him as a lecturer, but in his later years, this lecturer was doing, you know, a lecture, and he just froze in the middle of it and said, "I'm sorry, gentlemen, I appear to have had a something brain hemorrhage, something, and then he just collapsed dead." And it was in fact the hemorrhage that he had described, which I find is so fucking funny. He just went, "I'm sorry, I'm going to die because of this exact disease," and then he died. Like a relative, or just some like random fuck. Like you're walking down the street and this guy is walking the opposite way and he just like falls over, or like I don't know, he takes out a shotgun, stares you dead in the eyes, and then just pulls the trigger, or like he point, or like some old lady's walking down the street, she points a hooked, crooked old wrinkled finger at you and says, "You're next," and then explodes into a myriad pile of goo or something. I don't know. Just you know, possible hypotheticals, you know. Oh, yikes. Submission and domination. That whole, like, the whole power dynamics in cults. Like, if you actively want to be part of one of those, right? Like, the harmless way is just kink. Like, cult leaders and cult members who, like, know it's a cult and are willingly in a cult are just, like, repressed individuals who refuse to participate in, like, kink. So what I'm saying is BDSM could save cult members. Hire me for the next world president. But whilst I was talking, you joined a different cult. You are... No, I'm not letting you get away with that one. Are you still in this cult? Okay, no, wait, Actually, I'm gonna pull up an incognito tab for this because fuck that noise. 12 tribes. The Vine Christian Community Church, the Northeast Kingdom Community Church, is from Tennessee. That's already a bad enough symbol. It's from fucking Tennessee. The Commonwealth of Israel. Oh god. Yikes. Tennessee's pretty fucked, man. Like, one, it's American. Need I go on? A new religious movement founded by Gene Spriggs that sprang out of the Jesus movement in 1972 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The group calls itself an attempt to recreate the first century church, which covers the formative history of Christianity from the start of the ministry of Jesus to the death of the last of the 12 apostles. It is thus known as the Apostolic Age. Why? This is just like Christianity, but even worse. In the late 70s, the group began a community in Island Pond, Vermont. As their relationship with the Chattanooga community deteriorated, the group eventually left Tennessee and moved primarily to Vermont. They resemble those of Christian fundamentalists, with Hebrew roots movements. Our group believes that all other denominations are fallen, and therefore refuses to align itself with any denomination or movement. The group has strict courtship rules, and their views on child rearing have been a source of controversy. The group supports itself through operation of several businesses, most of which revolve around architecture, agriculture, cafes and restaurants, all using unpaid and often child labor. All using unpaid and often child labor. They've been criticized for their beliefs and practices, including for their supremacist views towards black and Jewish people outside of their membership. The group's teachings have been characterized as racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. So just normal Christian stuff. And ex-members report excessive corporal punishment, failure to stop child sexual abuse, and exploitation of followers for labor. Dietary laws and festivals. This interpretation of the prophesied restoration of Israel leads the group to believe that the end times has arrived. Though no date has been set. So you turn up, you go, hey, what's up? They're like, it's the apocalypse. You're like, why is it the apocalypse? They go, listen to me, it's the apocalypse. And you say, yeah, but you haven't explained why. And they look you dead in the eyes and they go, it's the apocalypse because of the state of Israel. And you're like, oh, well, shit, yeah, man, sure, I guess, like, it's the fucking apocalypse to Palestinians, you know? They're getting fucking slaughtered on the streets. But you're some, like, random white fucking cunt in America. Do something about it. And like, no, it's because the Jews are bad. And you go, no, wait a damn minute. They go, everyone deserves to die, especially all of that. And you're like, what the fuck, man? Calm down a bit and kill yourself. Oh, they use the name Yahshua as opposed to Jesus or Jesus. Bestows upon each member a Hebrew name that is meant to reflect. So so to clarify, they have supremacist views towards Jewish people, but they bestow upon each member a Hebrew name. Use the fucking Hebrew name and talk about fucking Jewish shit. Huh? The group believes there are 3 eternal destinies. It believes that after the fall of man, every person is given a conscience, and that after dying, every person goes to a state of being called death, regardless of faith. Upon the second coming, believers will be brought back for the 1,000 years to reign with Yahshua before the last judgment. At the end of this millennium, all of the non-believers will be judged according to their deeds and put into one of 2 groups: the righteous and the filthy unjust. The filthy and unjust will be sent to the lake of fire, while the righteous will go on into eternity and fill the universe. That's my resume for being, that's my audition tape for being hired as a preacher for the 12 tribes communities. It structures a series of councils, which consists of local councils, regional councils, and a global. It's a global thing. It's not just in fucking Vermont. It's the entire fucking world. They've got fucking 12 tribes guys everywhere. They operate as a 501d? 501 dicks? Yo! A 501 dick is religious or apostolic organizations with the purpose of operating a religious community where the members live a communal life following the tenets and teachings of the organization. The organization's property is owned by each of the individuals in the community, but upon leaving, a member cannot withdraw any of the community's assets. The organization's income goes into a community treasury that is used to pay for the organization's operating expenses and supporting members and their families. Yeah, so they fucking abuse, fucking financial security. They're like, oh yeah, join our fun little church, and then you join their fun little church, and they say, and give us all of your money. Don't worry, we'll look after you. And so you give them all of their money, and you give them all of your money, and then they look after you. And then you're like, oh shit, this is fucked, this is a cult, they hate me, they're gonna kill me. And you go leave, and you're like, hey, can I have my money back? And they're like, no, it's us, you're one of the community, and then you can't leave. Oh, we're gonna learn about how they fuck. Courtship within the community involves a waiting period in which the man or woman expresses their desire to get to know the other person. The couple then receives input from the community while spending time together. The couple is then permitted to hold hands! Oh my god, I thought that was a joke! But there are actual Christian communities where it's like, no holding hands before marriage. Sorry, babe, we're not married yet. The weddings are dramatized pre-enactments of what the group believes will happen at the end of time when Yahshua returns to Earth for his bride. Yeah. Here's what we do for marriages here. We do a little bit of RP. You know, you can be Jesus and you can be his wife. The church is Jesus's wife. Every Christian is Jesus's wife. Jesus will never pay child support because Jesus, like, canonically does not have money or something. I don't know. He'll just like turn up and he'll be like, yes, do not worry, Eustachio. It is I, Jesus, your husband. And then it's like, you fucking know that story about me breaking the fish and the bread or whatever and making more, and you'll be like, oh yeah, you're gonna here's some bread. Can you break enough so that I can feed my 5 children that we have? And then he's gonna be like, don't worry, Eustachio, I will do something better, for I am Jesus. And then he walks over and he snaps one of your children in half. You're like, oh my god, you fucking killed the kid. What? And then he puts the 2 halves of the child down, and lo and behold, before your very eyes, there are now 2 children where there were 1, and so rather than having 5 children, you now have 6, with just more mouths to feed. And you go, I want less children rather than more. It's like, do not worry, Eustachio, it is fine, the Lord will provide. And then he walks over to your daughter and he snaps her in half, and now you've got 2 daughters. And then he walks over to one of your 5 sons and he snaps him in half, and he keeps doing it, and soon you've got like a fucking house full of kids. And I don't mean that in like a metaphorical sense. I mean literally, your house is full of kids. They are just like crammed in. You cannot move. There are so many children. And then Jesus says, I have done right by you, Eustachio. Do not worry. And then he uses Jesus magic and teleports out of there, and you're left in a house full of children that Jesus Christ did his like bread and fish trick on. Children have been noted to play a central role in the group's eschatological beliefs. Eschatology concerns expectations of the end of the present age, human history, or the world itself. The end of the world, or end times, is predicted by several world religions, which states negative world events will reach a climax. Belief that the end of the world is imminent is... especially the sons, of course. The 12 tribes believe that it is the parents' responsibility to properly enforce a consequence for sin, wrongful action, words, behavior, so as to allow the child to maintain the state of a clean conscience. This causes the child to understand accountability to the choices they make. Over time, the children's children will be better equipped to deal with or overcome the faults of their predecessors. This will enable future generations of the children of the group to hopefully be the 144,000 of Revelation 7. Children are homeschooled within the group. Children are apprenticed to elders by the age of 13 to be trained in crafts and specialized labor. Oh, there's definitely some child sexual abuse going on. The group acknowledges using corporal punishment with a reed-like rod, like a balloon stick, across the child's bottom. Though many former members, including children raised in the group, say punishments can include severe beatings to the point of bleeding or collapse, and are often repeated daily. The separatists faced an unknown future, an incredible hardship, in a new land. What character those brave souls had! Who is worthy to carry on that heritage? What no one told us about the pilgrims. Awakening. The voice from outside the camp. The last day. These all look fucking shit, honestly. Oh my god. The Protestant Reformation, and those who separated from it. Constantine, servant of God, the demise and restoration of the Sabbath. One short life. Stone. The 12 tribes is an emerging spiritual nation. We are a confederation. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What-oh, I may not know much about American history, but, what-oh.